there's a shitstorm on Reddit. I can see it coming, man.
It's happening.
How dare you diss the Redditors?
Well,
Right
no
now they have a
disrespect, but
4.4k MR. Like they're better than us, man.
I thought it was like 7.2. Either
No,
way, this is going.
4.4k is the current one it's saying right now.
I
But
suppose. Yeah.
yeah, I guess on average 7.2 sounds about right. Some people are 8,
Yeah.
but
Definitely.
that's
10
yeah.
seconds to go.
Oh well. Anyway,
After that
aside.
diversion, I suppose we'll just have like the official start of the VOD here. This is the second game of a best of two series between Moscow 5 International and HellRaisers. I'm Grandis V. I'll be joined by D Swordfish here on Hefla TV Hitbox 2.
Hello, D Swordfish here, and I'm glad to be casting this second game. HellRaisers took the first game, and I want to see if Moscow 5 can bring it up here. I want to see Screen showing me some crazy tactics here. I actually do love Screen. He actually has a very interesting, diverse tactics, and I want to see what he does for this game too. Do you know the standings exactly of this tournament?
As of now, I believe.
10 seconds.
Like,
Actually,
are
I
any
don't.
are these two teams in jeopardy, or are they playing for something? Or
Both of them went 1-1 versus CCK, so I assume they're in fairly similar standings as far as the tournament is concerned, but I didn't see their game versus Virtus Pro Polar.
true, that's true. Okay, so either way, it's clear that they both want to win. I don't know if these. What I was thinking is, does Moscow 5 really want to show their all their cards? Probably not.
Dyer's
Probably
back.
not. It is just the group stage, and they still have another 6 matches that will be happening tomorrow to play, so,
Casted by us too. Oh.
yeah. So we'll just have to see what they're going to do. I'd love to see them pull out the Tusk again. It's something that they like running for screen, and it worked pretty well earlier today when we saw that. So, other than that, there's not any other heroes that are really on my wish list. I'd love to see a Huskar, but we never get to see him picked, and I think that's, I don't know, more or less a mistake. Like, I think that hero deserves a lot more play. Every once in a while, you'll see him, but usually it's just, I don't know, a joke pick. I think you could seriously play that hero.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he really is good with it. I mean, did he win his game? Right? He won his game last time.
Yeah, like the last time he was picked.
Exactly. So like, I would love to see him. I think he's really good with him. And there was this post on Reddit, by the way, another 7K MR person that was telling about he was like playing Tusk and how well he can do with Tusk just because of the ability he has. And like, he really is one of those really interesting niche heroes. You know, there's just so much to him, and it's hard to position him. But if you can lane him properly, I think he's a very powerful hero.
As for now, we're going to see the standard heroes in the pool for now.
Yeah.
Bans coming out from the Razor, Death Prophet, IO, Brewmaster. Pretty par for the course, at least for the Battle of Central Europe. And Viper is going to be the first choice coming out from Moscow 5 International. Nothing too crazy, and if we do see some of those pocket strats or peculiar picks, I expect those to be later on in the draft.
Yeah, obviously the first picks always tend to be safe, especially picks that really don't say much about your strategy, like this Viper. So I mean, what can you say? Like, you have a Viper, what do you do? Like, there's no, do you counterpick that? No. So I don't know. It's interesting. The only issue I see with Viper is perhaps he dominates the lane pretty well. So maybe you want center more in the mid stage. Like, whenever you get a hero like Viper, it's a good point to say that, okay, maybe the laning stage is not going to go well for us. Let's go center on more of a good synergy of a team and whatnot. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, that's always an option for them. I don't think Viper really changes the game plan for HellRaisers either, though. Like, it's there, and you know you have to deal with it. But unless you
Yeah.
get your hands on something like a Razor, the best you can hope to do is to break even up against a Viper. And there's some heroes that do that better than others, but usually you're just kind of sitting back, getting as much as you can out of the laning phase, kind of knowing that it's not going to be great. As for HellRaisers, they're going to go for the Witch Doctor.
Pick.
Yeah, that's an interesting first pick, actually. I don't know what to say about this guy. Like, he's one of those heroes that, like, he's being picked a lot, but I don't find him that. Explain to me, why is Witch Doctor that great?
I don't know, Witch Doctor is awesome. I like the hero. I don't think he's first pick material, but if they pick up another big ultimate to combo with him,
10
it could
seconds
work
to
out for
go.
them. I think Tidehunter or Void, if you get those two in your first pick, it makes Witch Doctor of that caliber, since Death Ward is just such an obscene amount of physical damage.
Yeah.
And never really scales off, especially if you get an Aghanim Scepter or something like that. Hellraisers are... Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, Hellraisers are still waiting on that next pick, and I'm interested to see why it's taking so long. Both Tidehunter and Faceless Void are in the pool, but if it's taking this long to consider it, maybe they're not looking towards either of them, and it's going to be a puck.
Dyer's pick. Dyer's
Yeah,
band.
yeah. The puck with a Dream Coil plus the Witch Doctor is a nice combination. I can see that happening. You know, I would actually like to see. I think it was Cloud9 playing this. They run a Witch Doctor with a Slardar. And that's actually a really good combination ever since they buffed the Slardar slightly. You can get a really nice combo with the Witch Doctor, and that amplified damage is just so powerful with the ultimate. So actually, that's still in the pool, and that could definitely be a possibility for Hellraisers if they wanted to just go on a limb there and just try something crazy. I would like to see that.
Yeah, I love it when teams go for something crazy, and yeah. Slark is
to go.
another interesting second pick. Like, in this game, already we're seeing a lot of top-tier heroes be avoided or ignored through this first picking stage for things that we're accustomed to seeing, but not accustomed to seeing this early, especially like that Slark. Right now, Hellraisers have a decent amount of burst and control for him, although Paralyzing Cask isn't very reliable. And Puck Silence and Burst is pretty good against Slark, but it's not the end-all be-all. It's pretty safe to pick up a Slark this early, but it also kind of shows what you plan on doing as far as your carry is concerned.
Yeah, that's actually very true. And it's also shows that they're going for kind of a more ganky lineup rather than team fight lineup, because Slark is not that great at team fights either. They might want to go just for a brief counter of the Slark. I think the Lion's actually a really good pick against the Slark always, because of that possible CC. But they're actually going to go for the Enigma as the second support, which is not bad either. They're actually going for a full team fight this time.
Yeah, right now, for Moscow 5, I'd like to see a Nyx Assassin for them. I think that could work out. The Mana Burn's going to get a lot of traction up against the Enigma Puck and Witch Doctor, but instead they go for Bat Rider. He's a more stable initiator that you can throw towards your offlane, and always seems to find that farm for the Blink Dagger.
That's actually I like the Nyx Assassin, by the way. I think they should definitely pick it up. But that's the third core, right, for Moscow 5? Mm-hmm. That's interesting. Is that the second time they do this in this tournament, where they pick the 3 cores first and then go for supports? I think so.
Yeah, I mean,
I think we casted a game like that earlier. It's interesting to see how they do this. It's just a curious strategy, you know?
yeah, generally you see supports higher prioritized since they don't show your cards. Like, you can build a lot of different strategies around supports. Enigma's different in that regard, but for now it's Hellraisers picking up a Phantom Assassin. They don't have supports that synergize great with the PA right now, but I don't know, that's a very peculiar choice.
I love it, though. Get a PA Battle Fury. Yeah, I can imagine a situation where Enigma gets a black hole, puts them all together, and PA just goes, pfft, and then everyone dies. Just, pfft. Like, I really want to see this. There's a lot of talks recently also about PA Maelstrom. It seems to be a preferred build, actually, recently. It's on the Battle Fury.
Yeah,
Cheaper, and gets you equal amount of farm in a round.
I really like Maelstrom. I think it's an item that, even though it's more expensive than it used to be, it's still really good. And since it does come out faster, I think it just works better. Although Battle Fury is really flashy and you can get those like one-hit rampages, especially with Phantom Assassin, I think that Maelstrom is just all around a more balanced item.
It's actually a pity that they banned the Centaur. I think the Centaur probably would have been I would have loved to see the Centaur now as the next pick for Hellraisers, but that's not the case. Do you think Puck is going to be offlane or mid Puck?
I'm feeling offlane Puck. I think they'll pick something else for mid.
So,
but
what's the mid then?
I don't know. That's kind of the issue. So maybe they do go for something else in the offlane. But
do you think
really
something along the lines of
a
Magnus I think it's a little bit of an overkill, to be honest. But what about a Number Spirit?
No way. I think I like the Magnus a lot better than the Ember Spirit, actually. Because it's going to pretty much give away that free Battle Fury to the Phantom Assassin as the extra damage. Like, Empower is going to be ridiculous. And he could also offlane pretty effectively. I think if they pick up the mag, they'd throw the mag towards the offlane. But Moscow 5, again, yeah, there's our Tusk.
Radiant's ban.
I like it. I think Tusk actually in this combo is especially powerful, just because he can snowball everyone and just save their lives.
Yeah, when you're dealing with these big teamfight ultimates like Not really black hole, since you can't get close enough to get people into the snowball without getting in the black hole unless they're on the very edge, but especially like Puck Dream Coil. It's just so good, like being able to save them, and also like some clutch saves from like a death ward almost killing them. It can be really impactful. And then the sigil, it's going to be really nice up against the PA. That attack and speed slow is really annoying for melee carries. Even though she has the blink to somehow remedy that, it's not enough.
No, in addition to that, like those ice shards can really put the PA out of position, and the Witch Doctor something of the sort. Like it's really good pick. I really like the Tusk. I don't know why he's not picked more. Like everything I analyzed on paper just sounds so good. Then again, Omniad is kind of similar, and he never gets picked either. So, what is the last pick for HellRaisers? I think a Magnus actually. I'm starting to sound pretty. I like the Magnus actually, just because like commit to the team fight, and it's hard to counter that with Tusk, unless you're a pro. Well, I mean, obviously, yeah, but like.
Yeah, I mean, even if you are a pro, without a Blink Dagger, it's really difficult.
Yeah, okay.
With a Blink Dagger, it's doable. You can, like, just blink into where all of your allies got RP'd and snowball into the Magnus and clump them all up, but there's the Mag.
Boom! Boom! Yeah, we said it. Alright, we called it. I'm pretty happy about that. And the Rubik! Okay, I actually like that pick.
Yeah.
Really good counter to Enigma, really good counter to Magnus, pretty good counter to both Witch Doctor and Puck. Obviously, he's going to steal Stifling Dagger, though. Major spell there, but...
Yeah, and the lift is going to be really nice to a Phantom Assassin. All around, I think it's a good pick. And Rubik, or PGG rather, plays a pretty good Rubik as well. That said, it looks like for one time we're going to start without a pause on the Radiant side. It's going to be HellRaisers. Oh,
you said it, man. You said it.
I did. It had to happen. We're going to see Goddamn on the Enigma Artist, on the Phantom Assassin Ninja, on the Magnus Goritz, on the Puck, and Dread on the Witch Doctor.
And as for Moscow 5, what's the pause for, by the way? Is this for tradition at this point?
Might as well be, I don't know.
Okay, as for Moscow 5 International, we're going to have Screen on the Tusk in the support position. In the support will be PGG playing that Rubik, and the carry for this team will probably, I'm assuming it's going to be ZXC? In the Slark? Yeah, alright. Then we'll have Necroman with a Viper mid, and finally Big Gnome in the offlane position with the Bat Rider.
Yeah, looks like we're good to go, and all the teams are going to start off, just giving us enough time to introduce them, so, I don't know, maybe it is just like a tradition pause, since it felt weird to not have one.
It's coming to that point where, like, you think they're listening to our cast and think, we need to get in the pods, otherwise it just takes too long.
Yeah, definitely.
Right
now,
they're going for the...
Wait.
Do you think they're going for... Oh, no, never mind. I thought the Rubik's was actually going to go... Well, the ward distribution... No, Batter has a ward, right? Yeah, never mind. I thought they were going to go for kind of a weird, aggressive tri-lane, but no, okay. They're just going to go for normal.
Yeah.
Alright, good.
All is sound in this world. It's going to be Magnus mid versus the Viper. It's a bad lane for Magnus to be sure. He should lose it, but at least Shockwave is going to ensure him some sort of farm, and that's always kind of the silver lining with Magnus. It probably doesn't matter which one they throw mid. Gritz on the Puck is probably going to have a better time up in top than the Rubik Tusk. He can always get out of those ice shards and pounce. He can jaunt to his orb still, so unless they combo all of their stuns perfectly, Gritz should be able to get a decent amount of experience and levels, or experience out of this lane, and maybe a little bit of farm, and Magnus wouldn't have been able to do so. Even though he has the skewer, it's really easy to time a lift when the skewer animation is going on, since it's fairly long. Bottom, PA with the Witch Doctor versus Bat Rider. Should be decent for the Bat, but if worse comes to worse, he can always go into the jungle as well.
Yeah. As for mid, by the way, I think the Magnus actually not that bad, because it all depends on how the Viper skills. So if he goes for another Toxin or Poison Attack skill build, which are relatively uncommon, it's gonna be really easy to hurt the Magnus, but he's also gonna receive a lot of damage from those shockwaves because he won't have that many levels in Corrosive Skin. And if he does go for those levels in Corrosive Skin, then it's gonna be hard to harass the Magnus away. So either way, the Magnus is not gonna have the worst of times. I mean, he's melee, but that shockwaves are so powerful. Especially if he gets an early bottle, which is, I think, his point, like, as you can tell by his skill build, I mean, by his item build. So I like the Magnus. I think he's gonna be doing pretty well. And Alpha Ninja is actually plays a pretty decent Magnus. I've only seen it a couple of times, but I actually like it quite a lot. He's not a mother, guys, but you know, pretty good.
Yeah, and now he has that bottle money as well as a point in security. He should be fine to at least not die in this lane, and is DSing better than the Viper to start out, since he has been very liberally using those shockwaves. And Necroman, at level 1, doesn't really have that lane domination completely online. Once level 3 to 5 start hitting, then Magnus is going to have less, but...
The courier.
Whoa.
The courier. Oh no, that was the bottle. That's actually going to be really important.
Yeah, it is. That's mid lane lost right there. PGG. Finding that courier snipe.
What a great courier snipe at BGG, and Magnus is kind of like mad. He's like, I'm gonna get you, and now he's actually gonna be put in a really bad position. But that's skewer.
Yeah, he's gonna be fine, but he has to go all the way back to base. Like, this is mid lane over for 2 minutes. He's not gonna be able to do anything.
PGG doing a great job with that haste turn, honestly, and that's 150 gold extra for his team as well. I don't know, that was really good. That was really good.
Yeah, snowball top. Shouldn't do anything, stuns the puck, but that's about it. Puck's going to survive under his tower, and yeah, that is one of the downsides of Tusk. Once you start the snowball, you can't stop the snowball, so you're going whether you want to or not.
Sounds like a normal puck. Anyway, Bignum is going to be harassed slightly in the... No, okay. So another question is Enigma going to go for a more of initiation? Oh, never mind. Puck actually dying up top. Sorry about that.
I was not expecting that to happen. I wasn't even looking. I apologize. That's the first...
for a second, saw Puck kind of like, ooh! And yeah.
Yeah. That's the first blood I've missed forever. Now Gorak going to be lifted back again. Has an loser up. He should be fine this time.
What?
Or at least I think so. He doesn't jaunt to it. He's still sticking around. He's over inside the trees. This is a little bit of an opening. This is some time without the loser. He'll have it back in a couple of seconds, so he'll be able to trade hit to a screen. Yeah, I didn't think that Gorak would die. He had level 3 and had phase shift in the loser orb, and he must have just used his loser orb too aggressively and found himself in an awkward situation. Otherwise, he shouldn't have died.
Yeah, it was really weird, I won't lie. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I saw him just the last minute where he was kind of stuck between 3 heroes and whatnot, but don't know really. I think the Puck was definitely in a bad position, that's for sure, though. He's playing a little bit too liberally, I would say.
Yeah. I suppose just not respecting the Tusk. I don't know. The other offlaner getting quite a bit more out of his lane. Now has some tangos as well as Ring of Protection out to himself as well. So he'll be able to sustain, although Ben Assassin going very hard onto Bignum. Under tower, it's going to keep himself safe with that Firefly activated. Bignum's probably going to go all the way back to base, however.
Interesting thing I want to say. Oh yeah, what do you think Enigma's going to go for initiation, or is he going to go for a carrier kind of mech pipe and whatnot?
I don't know. I think he's going to go for the mech, but up and bottom again, we're going to see Bignum actually didn't leave this lane, and so a jump deep under tower. Artis is going to be able to secure a kill with the help of Dread. That was Batrider playing things a little fast and loose in the bottom lane, trying to get some experience where he probably shouldn't have.
Well, both offlaners playing equally recklessly, so that's pretty good. And Magnus now got his bottle. He wasn't doing that badly though. 13 last hits could be much worse, really, considering he is a Magnus. So I think he's held his own to some extent.
Yeah, I mean, considering he lost his bottle as well, I think this is about as good as you can hope for. Yeah.
And I think he managed to get a lot of last hits just plainly by himself, because the build the Viper went for is the cross skin with a little bit of an air toxin. It was gonna be hard to harass Magnus out of lane, and you still take a little bit of damage for the shockwaves. So, I mean, I like it. I like the Magnus is really using it to his advantage. He's really hitting a lot with our attack. Anyway, so I'm gonna stop admiring Magnus. Sorry about that.
Up and top again, pounce. Oh, everybody's in the ball. They're gonna go, and they have plenty of damage.
Yeah, that was that was like the coordination screen has with Tusk is actually quite impressive.
Yeah. Earlier in the day, there was a couple moments where it was not 100%, but they still get the kills, and they seem to be warmed up, and everything seems to be on the table. Yeah, Screen, this is one of his signature heroes, I would say. Yeah.
I love it. Honestly, it's like he's not one of the heroes I've seen competitive often. Oh, wait. They're going to go Gorik one more time, but he's going to just jaunt to his own. Okay. But it's one of the heroes I don't see in competitive a lot, but whenever I see screenplay, it's actually quite, like, it's really nice. He really knows what he's doing with a hero, and it's just, it's not a joke to him. Like, it is a really serious pick.
Yeah,
it's like Dendy Pudge kind of thing.
Well, I mean, Dendy Pudge situationally is a joke pick as well, but
yeah,
you know, it's a hero that has a place, and I think Tusk's place is a lot wider than Pudge, just as a general hero. Very versatile, and I don't know, just a very weird way. It's uniquely Tusk, and Screen uses it well.
It's definitely one of the most unique support slash, I don't even know what to call him, actually. But he's really unique, and I love him because Screen is really good at it, and it's just a pleasure to see him play. Anyway.
Yeah. Right now, Viper.
Very crazy today.
Yeah, Viper's going to be picking up the mech for his team, whereas Enigma currently hasn't shown his hands towards what he wants to be saving up for. Picking up a Magic Wand, Soul Ring, as well as the boots. He's had a pretty easy time inside his jungle, although not as fast. As we saw in the previous game, it is on the Radiant side, so that's kind of to be expected. PGG TPing down towards bottom since Tusk is diving down for the Phantom Assassin. Blink towards his ally. PGG is now in a heap of trouble as the Paralyzing Cast bounces back and forth. Short snowball from Screen. It's going to keep him alive for a little bit longer, but now with the Stifling Dagger and the right clicks, they're going to pursue this one out. It's not a very easy dive, and Screen's going to be able to walk his way out of there with the boots.
And Viper's now going bottom. I do think they might want to get someone here. Goddamn is not in the best of positions here. If the Viper comes from the side, he could die. He has the ultimate ready, and it's only Dread and Goddamn. In fact, Goddamn is caught in the ice shards. Oh, Artes is there too. Sorry, never mind. Viper's gonna back out. I think he realized at the same time I realized that no, you can't fight that. Yep. He also has the mech, 540 away from the mech.
Yeah, incredibly close to it. He's been farming well. Despite the Magnus getting more than I thought he would out of this lane, Viper, as expected, is getting everything you can get out of this lane. So yeah, it's working well for them. Aphonench is now saving up towards his Blink Dagger about halfway, so this is looking good for him. The Puck, in the meantime, has his bottle and hardly any gold towards his Blink. Magnus, he's going to make the choice to go for Arcane Boots before the Blink Dagger, so the Blink on the Puck as well as on the Mag are going to be almost simultaneous if they're able to farm at the same rate, which for the Puck is probably a taller order than for the Magnus. It's going to help him in the lane for sure, and also just being able to get off your ultimate. I think it's more personal choice, and it's a solid choice at that, but I would have liked to see him just go straight for the Blink.
I actually like the Arcane Boots, though. I'm more of a, like I said, a personal choice. That's my, whenever I play Magnus, it is kind of what I go for. It's just, it does give him a little more, the ability to kind of stay out there, you know, in the lanes for a longer time. Despite the lack of Blink, he can just go around, use his Arcanes, and he can help all lanes, because his spells are really powerful. He doesn't really need the reverse polarity beginning when there's no team fights. So if he can farm a Blink Dagger in due time, I actually like the Arcane a little bit better, just because he can help all the lanes. But, you know, that's all personal preference, like you said. And the Enigma is going to get caught out here. Telekinesis. Is he going to be able to get out? He should be able to, actually. But ZXC comes in. PGG has already died. And that was a beautiful reverse polarity screen. Also hitting. Goddamn, he wants to kill him. But the Enigma is just going to disintegrate there. Can they get this really elusive Tusk? They will. A final crit. But they want to also get the Witch Doctor. Oh, no. Necroman. Too strong. His mech, but never mind. The PA deals so much damage, plus that shockwave, and Alpha Ninja's gonna get his revenge for that mid lane domination. And well, they go on PGG, a really unusual TP over there. He might. That was okay. He's just gonna be skewered away, and he's gonna die. That damage from the skewer is actually quite considerable.
Yeah, it is. And after that, Artist now sitting on 1,800 gold, and Screen shows his face as well. Yeah, not gonna dive that time, but my goodness, it was an absolute bloodbath. As far as what the fight recap is going to say, it's a 4 for 2, and I think that's about the sum of it, but still, that was a very awkward engagement coming out from Moscow 5. Everybody kept on like going in 1v1, and to be fair, the Viper gets a couple of pickoffs because of it, but still, it ends up working out for HellRaisers, mostly for this Phantom Assassin.
And yeah, the Phantom Assassin has actually gotten a lot of good farm here. He went for the Helm Dominator, though. Really, really archaic build. What do you think of that?
I think Helm is fine. It's always nice to have some sort of lifesteal on your Phantom Assassin, and BKB is not really going to help you this game at all. Most of their tools go through it, and they have plenty of damage inside it, so I don't know. I think it's okay. What I don't agree with is the double point and Phantom Strike. I think the extra evasion would have helped him a little bit more. Yeah, it's an interesting choice to be sure, but I don't think this is really a Battle Fury game, so I think the Helm is fine.
Do you think Maelstrom is a possibility?
Ooh, Screen going to snowball within inches of his life, dying almost to that crit, going to be able to snowball himself forward and get mech'd up by Necroman, smoking as well. Tusk surviving on 6 HP.
So again, do you think Maelstrom is a possibility?
It's a possibility. I don't think he's gonna go for it though.
Can you? Why? Why should you
I don't know.
No, but
I
like,
don't think there's any
should
reason
not
why
go-
he shouldn't, but I'm not sure he's going to go for it. Let's see, Necroman going to be ulted by the Witch Doctor, paralyzing cast bouncing through. Ice Shards or not, it's not going to save him, but the Snowball, it will! Ice Punch is not going to be enough. The ultimate coming up from the Witch Doctor finishes out the Viper, but that positioning from screen was immaculate.
Yeah, that was a. I mean, Screen just playing a really good game. Like this time, I'm even more impressed than usual. But another thing is that was a core for a core, so it's a fair trade. Actually, up top they're gonna go on Godits now. Seems to be that's by the way the correct pronunciation. Some guy in the chat corrected us. It seems to be Cyrillic. So yeah, learn something.